so try it again. Starting me over right where it began.
It's pretty boring, isn't it? This existence. Might as well not take fear off the table.
The dead don't die, the heart still beats. Head held high, I haunt these streets. Lies kill me 100,000 times. You can try, but the dead don't die. Not one more round, no reprieve. Lies still. You can try, but the dead don't die.
I think everyone's a little scared of what's next. Live or die. Live or die.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the fastest rising cities in the U.S., the capital city of Austin, Texas. But just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Houston Oilers and the Austin Desperados. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
That kind of kickoff return is something we call a momentum play. So if you're the offensive coordinator and you have a script of plays that you plan to run, you may change it up now because you may decide to go for some bigger strikes and try and keep the momentum going.
Let's go. Hey, Cowboy 80. Ready, ready.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up first and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far on this drive. This offense on the march.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Oilers are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
70. Let's go now. Go.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Ready? Tap the 60. Tap the 60. Ready?
Looking to throw. Mercer. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That'll be a first down pickup of 8. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown in the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Gotta give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stump the run, and then executed.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Panther 11, Panther 11, Dragon 60. Hawk 70, Hawk 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Mercer. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mercer. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A nice throw by the rookie from Georgia. He's got his mates a first down here.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
79 Broncos. Ready, right?
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Connects with Kittle underneath. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Ready.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down of the sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Ready, go.
Off play action. Mercer. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
Come on. Set. 70 Lions. 19 tight. 60 Maverick. Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and do this himself. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
It's just been all-out pressure on this drive. They've already sacked him a couple of times, and now here, he's just forced to chuck this one away.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives, and they still trail touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time I looked at the repeat that Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Check, Mash. Panthers 60. Panthers 60. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
To throw is Sanders. And this one is incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Second and 10.
Go! Top 19. Not saying 19. Trap 60. Trap 60.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
It's a loss of 2 yards. Brings up 4th down.
19 Lions. Go!
They'll go. Here's Sanders. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Here we go. Here we go.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker drawn on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That's good for a 1st down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs. Back to throw. Mercer connects with Kittle underneath. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now he's going to step up and run. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 13 yards out. And his guys have taken the lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
And we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing, Sanders. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
79 Broncos. 70 Timberwolves. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Motion left, Smith. To throw now. Here's Sanders. Wide open receiver, complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
To Trey Palmer. A gain of 7. First down, Houston.
Come on. Hey. Like it.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Cowboy 80.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Third and 3.
18. Cougar 19. Lions. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Palmer going to go in motion left.
Ready.
Sanders to throw. Able to find the open there. That's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 yards there on the first down pickup.
At the 31-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Dragon 60.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. A minimum gain there on the 8th play of the drive. We talked about the figure, specifically linebackers keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Palmer going in motion right. Sanders. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And his kick is indeed good, and that will knot us up at 10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll have 50 seconds to work with, so that really plenty of time to try to put something together. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 now. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Looking to throw. Mercer. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
2nd and 10. We're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3? Up the middle, here's Walker. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. See what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Mercer. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
I think the key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they make it even bigger plays in the passing game.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Operating from the gun, Mercer. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Mercer. He'll try to do this himself. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
And he's got room. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back that feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead. You're looking at moving on to the conference championship. And he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Back to Walker on 1st down. Deion Henley there on the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Walker with another carry. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Running lanes ran a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Come on. 60 by 6.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
70 Lions. Hey, I got it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll try to do it himself. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dunk through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Cut my team. Cut.
Now Sanders. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
18 Rattler. 18 Cougar. Buffalo 18. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
Here's Sanders. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
On the play.
13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Oilers.
70 Simba. 60. 19 tight. 19 tight. Dragon 60. 9. Motion. KC. 18. Pioneer.
Back to throw. Sanders. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Second and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. No.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Now an audible here into something else.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Smash Bronco.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be brought down at about the 34-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Austin. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Okay, break.
From the 33, here's 2nd and a yard.
Here we go, here we go. 18, Panther 60, Panther 60.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter. Watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 1-yard line.
Now they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1.
Here we go, set. Ready, ready.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Oilers put together a fourth quarter drive to take the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Desperados 13.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll be brought down about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Second down and 8. Connects with Kittle underneath. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move it correctly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Mercer setting up the screen here. This is Walker. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Okay, ready.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
60 Bison.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way in for the touchdown. George Kittle, 30 yards. And the Desperados answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Desperados 20, Oilers 17.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this, certainly a key moment in this game, trailing by 3, fourth quarter, with a spot in the championship game next weekend on the line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. Third down.
Here we go.
Throw left side, taken in by Palmer. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down at the 35, it'll be second down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Warrior 70. 70. Hawk set 18. 5 in.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Buffalo 18, 19, Mustang 19.
Hands it off out of the gun. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line.
I'm a little surprised right here. They got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And more. This is 4th and a yard.
Here we go, set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I were going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. game this has been, and now overtime will decide who goes on to play in the NFC Championship. Oh, able to avoid it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
Playoff football at its best. Remember, a touchdown on this drive isn't a game winner as they work on second down here. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
A 3 and out could really hurt here in this opening drive of overtime. Big third down coming.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. And unable to connect, incomplete. But give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Back to throw. Mercer. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, Dragon 60. Hurt. Trap 60, Go.
From the shotgun, Sanders. And this is caught. It's a touchdown in overtime, and they are marching on to the playoffs. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon.